One of the scariest guys in the world right now is this guy, Artur Beterbiev, and he's the light heavyweight champion, and nobody wants to fight him. He's 19-0 with 19 knockouts.
I mean, he's just doing an interview right now. There's no marks on his face. It just shows that this guy's an animal.
Because I was holding it on my head, and he was beating on my hand.
And that's why you got the bruise there.
Yeah,
as well.
this is why I felt like my arm, my hand came inside of my head, you know, from the...
Artur Beterbiev is one of the most feared fighters in boxing, and those who have faced him know firsthand why. His power is on an entirely different level, leaving opponents battered and broken. Elite light heavyweight Dmitry Bivol shared his experience sparring with Beterbiev, revealing just how brutal his punches truly are. Bivol recalled that while trying to protect his head, his thumb swelled from absorbing Beterbiev's blows, describing the force as overwhelming, like his hand was being driven into his own skull. This kind of raw power makes Beterbiev terrifying to fight. Opponents don't just worry about losing, they fear the physical toll of enduring his punches. His ability to break down even the toughest competitors, mentally and physically, is why so many hesitate to face him in the ring. Beterbiev isn't just strong, he's a nightmare to fight.
Very strong punches, right hand, even through my left. I have, you see my thumb is swollen because I was holding it on my head, and he was beating on my hand.
And that's why you got the bruise there.
Yeah,
as well.
this is why I felt like my arm, my hand came inside of my head, you know, from...
Rogan explains why fighters avoid facing Artur Beterbiev, pointing out that the Russian champion has been unstoppable, winning every fight with pure dominance. Rogan emphasizes that no one has been able to survive against him in the ring. He also mentions Beterbiev's appearance, noting his thick beard, common among many Muslim fighters, which adds to his intimidating presence. Rogan highlights that Beterbiev isn't just powerful, he's a relentless force that overwhelms his opponents. His fearsome reputation alone is enough to make fighters think twice before stepping into the ring with him.
Scariest guys in the world right now is this guy, Artur Beterbiev, and he's the light heavyweight champion, and nobody wants to fight him. He's 19-0 with 19 knockouts. No one survives. And he's got this seek and destroy style that's absolutely terrifying. He just comes at guys and never backs up, and he looks like a fucking terrifying human. He's built like a tank with that lower beard that Muslims have. You know, he's just a monster.
Khan was in awe after witnessing Beterbiev's performance, calling him an absolute beast in the ring, speaking to fans after. The fight, KH admitted that he initially believed Dmitry Bivol had the skill and game plan to win. However, after watching Beterbiev in action, his entire perspective changed. He emphasized that this was the first time he had truly watched Beterbiev fight, and the experience left him stunned. Khan praised Beterbiev's near-flawless performance, describing him as punched perfect throughout the match. He highlighted Beterbiev's incredible ability to land devastating shots while maintaining a strong defensive posture. Unlike most fighters who take damage in high-level battles, Beterbiev came out of the fight virtually unmarked. In contrast, Bivol's face showed clear signs of damage, proving just how powerful Beterbiev's punches were. One of the most striking aspects of Beterbiev's style, according to KH, was his balance of power and precision. He wasn't just a reckless brawler, he was calculated, methodical, and destructive. His punches weren't wild swings, they were well placed. Technical and incredibly effective. Khan was especially impressed by Beterbiev's ability to generate massive power with both hands, making him a constant threat in every exchange. First time going pro. Boxy. Find Amir KH. Just give me your thoughts. Hal B becoming the undisputed champion. Give me your thoughts, bro. Amazing fight, man, honestly. I have to say that both fighters, for their skin, honestly, put big shots, were landing big shots, were getting defended. I mean, but one thing, I can say it's the first time I saw Arthur fight Beterbiev. What a beast he is. I mean, look, I thought Bivol was going to go into this fight and win this fight, but after watching this fight and watching him fight how he fought, what a beast he is. Honestly, like, there's no one beating him. The guy was punched perfect, great defense, very strong, hits hard with both hands. And you can see how marked up Bivol was. I mean, look at B, look at Arthur now. I mean, he he just doing an interview right now. There's no marks on his face. He just shows, this guy's an animal. Beyond his offensive skills, Khan also acknowledged Beterbiev's defensive capabilities. Many fans associate Beterbiev with sheer knockout power, but Khan pointed out that his defense is equally impressive. His ability to absorb pressure without taking much visible damage proves his skill in avoiding clean shots. This durability and resilience make him even more dangerous because opponents can't rely on wearing him down. By the end of his analysis, Khan was convinced that Beterbiev is nearly unbeatable at 175 pounds. He stressed that after watching this fight, he couldn't see anyone posing a legitimate threat to him in the division. His combination of power skill and endurance makes him a nightmare for any challenger for Khan. This fight was a revelation. In expecting one outcome, but left with a newfound respect for Beterbiev's dominance. He called him a complete fighter, someone who has the potential to reign supreme for years to come. Beterbiev is a rare force in boxing, a unified light heavyweight, champion with an unmatched level of power. He leaves opponents and sparring partners in awe. His ability to break down fighters with sheer force is something that people inside the sport talk about constantly. His sparring partners give some of the most shocking insights into his power trainer. John Scully has spoken with many of them, and their descriptions are jaw-dropping. Lionel Thompson, a skilled fighter himself, once said that sparring with Beterbiev was worse than getting hit by Sakar. That's not an exaggeration. It's the reality of what it feels like to take punches from him. Even in training, Beterbiev has to be careful. While preparing for his fight against Marcus Brown, they focused heavily on his left hook to the body. On the MS, he was cracking with full power. But in sparring, he held back when Scully told him to punch harder. BBF simply replied, "If I do that, everybody goes home." That's how dangerous his punches are. If he went all out, there wouldn't be anyone left to train with. His power isn't just about brute force. It's precise, controlled, and overwhelming. That's why fighters respect and fear him at the same time. We're here with Artur Beterbiev trainer John Scully. Man, tell me, assistant trainer. Sorry, I see you holding the pad, so you're getting the hard work on the hands, I see. Man, talk about his power, obviously. 17-0, 17 knock. I want to say, at least from my recollection, I don't know another unified light heavyweight champion who's been undefeated and had 100% knockout ratio. Right? Yeah, I don't remember any. Well, I always tell people whenever they ask me about his power, I always tell them this: I talk to the sparring partners. 'Cause I drive them to the gym and take them back, and they all just, the descriptions they give me. One guy, I'll tell you what, Lonnie Davis, Lonnie, they call him Lonnie B, Lel. He will tell you himself. He said he got hit by a car a few years ago. He said sparring with her was worse than getting hit by a car. Oh wow, so that once I heard that, I said, okay, now I see why everybody's, talking like they do. Mickey Bay believes BBV is the best fighter at 175 lbs. If he had to bet, he would pick Beterbiev over anyone in the division. While he acknowledges that Dmitry Bivol is more skilled, he still gives the edge to Beterbiev. Because of his incredible power and toughness, B has spoken to multiple fighters who have shared the ring with Beterbiev, and they all say the same thing. His punching power is unreal. For years, he's heard stories about the kind of damage Beterbiev can do, and those stories have stuck with him. According to Beterbiev, isn't just a power puncher. He has real skills too, making him even more dangerous. When asked about Joe Smith Jr.'s chances against BBV, didn't hesitate. He respects Smith's toughness, but from everything he knows about BBV, he doesn't see Smith winning. The things he's heard from fighters who have been in the ring with BBV remind him of the way people used to talk about prime Mike Tyson. That level of fear and respect is rare in boxing, and it's why B considers BBV the most dangerous fighter. In the light heavyweight division, Joe Rogan had high praise for BBV, calling him one of the most terrifying boxers in the sport. He described Beterbiv's raw power, endurance, and relentless fighting style, highlighting a brutal training session where Beterbiev swung a sledgehammer at a tire for a full hour. Rogan was in awe, stating that fighters like Beterbiev are built differently. He emphasized that Beterbiev is a rare kind of knockout artist, boasting a perfect record of 19 wins. All by knockout. Even when opponents cover up his punches, still managed to rattle them. proving the sheer force he generates.